Good morning, Year 5, and welcome to Monday's Spelling, which gives us our new spelling rule. And again, we're looking at homophones. So words that sound the same or nearly the same, but they have different spellings and obviously different meanings. So we're looking here. Can you decide which of the pair of near or homophones, so near homophones or just homophones, goes with which definition? So you've got principle and principle sound the same. So is this principle here about my main belief is my principal, or the head teacher of a school? Okay, so quite often in secondary schools particularly, and in America, you will hear the principal referred to by that name instead of the head teacher. So principal with an AL at the end is the head teacher of a school, and to have a principal, so my principle is to tell the truth, or is to be a good person. It's a sort of inner choices that you make about the type of person that you want to be. Okay, so then we've got desert and dessert. Okay, and which is which? So dessert and desert. So which one is a dry sandy patch of land, an alternative word for pudding? So all we've got here is one S or two S's. Which one is the desert and which one is the dessert? And they do go together. So the way I try to remember this is that I'd want more of a dessert, so double S. That's the way I can think about it. Then we've got profit and profit. Okay, so the two choices for definitions are to make money or someone who speaks on behalf of God. So hopefully you remember before Christmas we were looking at Islam and we were looking at the Prophet Muhammad, and we have to write peace be upon him afterwards. And let's make sure, yep, so it's the PHET. That is someone who speaks on behalf of God. And then profit is money that you make. So if you bought something for £1 and sold it for £1.20, the 20p would be your profit. So once you've sort of paid back what you've spent, it's what you've got left over. Okay, then we've got draft and draft. Okay, so one is the first try at a piece of writing, and one is a cold breeze. Quite often you get it like underneath your door and things like that. So hopefully you'll remember, because we quite often do drafting in our learning journey. So that's how you spell that one. And then draft, it's a cold breeze, has a more complicated spelling of AUGHT. And then we've got descent and descent. Okay, now last week we looked at assent being to agree to something. So ASSENT. So we've got a disagreement, we've got to move downwards. So to descend, to go down. Okay, so you can descend the stairs, or it might be somebody jumping out of a plane, they're on the descent. So to move down is the SCENT, like ascent, to go up. And then we've got descent, to have a disagreement, which is the same as assent, which is to agree, which is ASSENT. Okay, so you can see the link between the definitions, but also the spellings. So these are your spellings for this week. If you're doing 5 spellings, you're doing the ones in red, and then if you're doing all of them, you obviously do the red and black ones. Okay, so I would just be really clear again, perhaps taking the time now to write down the definition so that you'll know which spelling goes with which definition, because as I said, some of them sound, well, most of them sound exactly the same. So this is a tricky thing with homophones, but good luck.